Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to go through my Excel spreadsheet that I do. Basically for the whole of the year I go through and estimate what we're going to earn and where all of it is going to be spent. So it's taken me a long time to come up with these things and with this method, and I'll show you as well a little later on where I track my expenses and really keep a good track of our budget overall. So sometimes this here won't match up with my software that I use on a daily basis, because I move money around without changing it here on this spreadsheet. So basically what happens is every single time that we get paid, so you can see there was 4 kind of weeks of paydays here, I come into this spreadsheet, I open it up and I figure out how much was budgeted, and then I put in the actual amount, and then I will go through each of the areas down here and I will allocate out money as I see fit. Then when I use Ynab, which is You Need a Budget, is what I use and I have been using for the past 5 years, I'd say. That's where I track every single penny that we spend, whether it's cash or in our bank account, and then I move money around if needed to cover some of the over expensed areas. So just to give you a little bit of an overview, so as I said, there is each payday, so it's really kind of a Friday that we put down, and then we have the month summary over here at the side, and we have first we put in our income, which I have hid, then we put in our savings. So it's a pay yourself first sort of situation. So for us, that's putting money towards our house deposit, because that's the main thing that we want to achieve in the near future. Then we move on to the essentials. So that's stuff that will keep you in your house. So stuff that if you were to lose your job and all your money you would need to take care of in order to survive. So that'd be our rent, which again is hidden. Then we have electric, heating, or bins. We have to have bins here. We have to get rid of our waste. So I've just included that in the essentials. Food shopping, petrol, and clothing. So we have to have clothes. Obviously, it'd be a case of we wouldn't be buying clothes if we didn't need them, but it is still considered an essential thing. Next up is the annual costs. So motor insurance, motor tax, maintenance of the car, Christmas, school, and medical. So these are things that come up every single year. They're not going to go away. You may as well save towards them. Then we have, you can see, nice to have. So nice things to have are nice things to put money towards. If you're in a pinch, you could take away some of these categories or all of these categories depending on the situation. So Ava Savings, we have broadband, which is our internet. We have our phones here, Netflix, iCloud. We have household, my money, Robert's money, Ava's money, and then eating out. So then we move on to what I'm considering our splurges, or really they're kind of our goals for the year where we want to allocate a good amount of our money. So these again are areas that if we were in a pinch and we didn't have an emergency fund to take care of stuff for a couple of months, we would definitely not put money towards our splurges. So we have swimming lessons, Valentine's Day, Mother's Day, Ava's birthday, Disney Plus, TV stations, Easter camp, that's a camp for Ava, Easter, so like the actual physical eggs and stuff, money for the garden, my birthday. We have Disneyland Paris, new glasses, miscellaneous, business. So also there will be other birthdays, Robert's birthday as well, but these are kind of the first things so far of the year, for the first half of the year, that we need to put money towards before I can start thinking about the rest of the year. So I'm going to hide these rows here, and I'm just going to share the summary. So you can see what we had planned for our emergency fund is 0, because right now that is sitting at 6,000 euros and we don't want to put any more money towards it. Next we'll have house deposit. I have budgeted 1,200 and we actually put in 1,200, so that was good that we hit the mark on that one. For our essentials, we wanted to put 40 euro towards electric, 40 euros towards our heating, which is what we achieved. The bins were €22.99. Our food shopping, we put €400 of our wages in, which was correct. This was more, so I'm just going to change this just to kind of highlight it. So our petrol was 160. We wanted to budget 160, but we ended up doing €180. And then our clothing was less. We wanted to do 20, but we did 17, and that was just because I had used money and I didn't need to add that extra €3. So we'll just change that one to green. So then now down to the annual costs. So motor insurance is €40 like we wanted. We put more money towards tax and NCT, which I'm not going to mark as good or bad because these are things that are coming up anyways. They're not expenses. So the car maintenance was 54509, and we ended up putting like €5 less there. Christmas was €4. School cost was just slightly under, and then medical again was just slightly under what we had planned. So again, these aren't things that I'm going to mark as good or bad. They are just, you know, putting towards the saving or the sinking fund for that. So that's good. Next up we have Ava Savings. So Ava got €50. The broadband ended up being more, so going forward I have changed that because the 6 cent kind of comes on like as a charity donation type thing. Not really sure, but we'll just go with it. This did end up being $14.99, but the way I did my calculations up here, it was an extra cent, but it really wasn't. Gomo was the same, Netflix was the same, the iCloud storage was the same. So household and myself all got the amount that we had allocated. Robert did get €6 more. Ava, we didn't plan to do anything. She did get that. And then, of course, eating out was more than we had planned. So there's a couple of areas there where we spent more than we should have. So onto the splurges. So you can see for swimming lessons, we weren't supposed to spend any money yet, and we did. So that is for right now a overage. So Valentine's Day got the €50. Mother's Day got €120. Ava's birthday got €99.15. Most other things here were zero except for Disneyland Paris. That did get more. This extra €50 was actually €50 owed from December, so that's why that was more. Business got the €50 allocated from my YouTube, and then miscellaneous was only supposed to be €3, and it ended up being €30. Oops. So that is kind of the way that it's worked for January. So I'll show you a little bit of my you need a budget and where I track and all that sort of stuff. So I'll just bring you over to that now. Okay, so this is a bit of the screen of my You Need a Budget or Ynab account. This is a paid subscription that I've been paying for the past 5 or so years. I absolutely love this. So I'm not showing you the whole screen, but basically you track all of your expenses. So you can see, like, if I click on this, you can see it came out of our current account on the 19th. That sort of stuff. And then also this is where you assign the money out. So sometimes these vary towards my spreadsheet that you just saw. So for instance, like for gas and electric, you would have saw that I put €40 into each, but here the actual bills of that came out because down here you'll see that we have utilities. So when I know that there is a bill, I just hit this, and let's say it was like €11, so I would transfer that then up into the gas category, and that will move up there to gas. So you can see my bills are there. Then we move on to the sinking funds, and again, they're all the way the exact same. And the only thing that's kind of appearing here more would be the balances at the side. So I'm sorry if you can hear the fan on my computer. It's like an engine like a plane taking off. It's a very old computer now. So this holds the balances. So some of these are now cash. Some of these are still in my bank, and then we have our cash sinking funds, which are medical, clothing, Ava. So every single week, when I go into like my current account, it will appear up here the amount of money that we have to assign, and then I assign it out as per the Google sheet, the spreadsheet that I shared with you already. So this was at the end of January. This is how it looked. And to be honest, it is so much better than it was. So you can see our net worth here. So in April, when I started using this particular budget, because you can make up multiple budgets, we were at 3,000 in assets, and then as of January, you won't be able to see it's off screen, but we were at 22,000 in assets. That's purely because I got my extra job, which I shared with you in that video that I did about 2021, where we spent our money and where we saved. So that's it, guys. That is today's video. I really do hope that you've enjoyed seeing the kind of method I go through for budgeting, whether it's on my Excel spreadsheet or it's on Ynab. Kind of give you a little bit of more insight on how I control my budget. And the best thing I can say to you guys, if you're starting or you think that this is very overwhelming, is that the best thing you can do is just track the money you're spending. So whether it comes out of your bank or whether it comes out of some cash that you have, just track every single cent, and then eventually you will see how much you're spending in particular areas. Color code them with highlighters, color code them with different color pens, and eventually it will kind of pop up at you how much you're spending in which areas, and then that way you can form your budget based on what you're seeing there. So guys, yes, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.